And that leads us into our bonus segment for the NFL First Look Show Week 12 top bets heading into the week. We will have some fun with this one, and I've got a few bets on tap. I know Ben does as well. Stick around because the next few minutes, we're going to be able to lock some stuff in. We'll post them over to Tails as well. You can one-tap bet them, right? Just turn notifications on. You no longer have to worry about going and finding these bets. If I post a massive long shot parlay, or Ben does, you don't have to find every leg and manually add them into your bet slip. No, all you have to do with that teaser Ben's about to give you is simply click one button and tail it from whatever books have the best odds. That's all there is to it. So make sure you have the Tails app, download it in the App Store, the Google Play Store, or go to tails.bet. Follow Ben at JazzRaz, follow me at Laffy. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to give you one. And you have to tell me whether or not you're interested, right? And I don't think you will be. I don't think you will be because you love the team that I'm fading here.
Go on.
I like the Bucks at plus 6.5 against the Rams this week. The Rams are coming off a crazy big emotional win. Like you see Sean McVay in the locker room post-game, big win, 2-point win against a very good divisional opponent. And the Bucks are coming off, I think, not 3 straight losses. That's not true because they did beat the Saints, but they've kind of been stammering a little bit now. And I think you get Godwin back. Him and Bucky Irving did practice towards the end of the week despite being ruled out. I like this to be a competitive game. I do like the Bucks plus 6.5. Now, of course, if you can get it at 7, that would be fantastic. I don't think it moves to 7, Ben. I think it's going to stick exactly where it is. And right now it's at plus 6.5. I know most people are going to love the Rams here. I actually like the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I definitely not with you on the Bucks, but I'll say this, I'm not against you either. This is a tough game. You know, Tampa, first of all, I don't know what these schedules, I feel like the schedules in the NFL are I know that there's a method to it and stuff, but some of these teams, like
Tampa's getting railroaded on this.
My God, like, is there a harder stretch? This is ridiculous. So it is really tough. Now, they were in that game with Buffalo. You look at the final score, and it seemed like Buffalo controlled. They absolutely did not.
I remember listening, 11 lead changes in that game.
It was
10
very
or 11
back
lead
and
changes.
forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, listen, you're going to get a team there. The Rams defense has been unbelievably good. Like, they have held everybody down. They make the plays. Kyron, Nakua, Stafford's playing MVP level. Tough game. It's a tough board. I will say this. It's only Tuesday. I'm going, just scroll up 2 inches. I'm betting the Saints. I don't care. The Falcons are cooked, and now they're even more like Drake London, no. Penix, gone. The season is done. They're on the road. The Saints are resting. The Saints all year, I've said this, the Saints are one of the best bad teams. And what I mean by that is like they'll cause some problems for teams. No, they're not a good team, but they can beat you. They play hard. They're not like the Titans in the sense that they have a defect that is almost impossible to overcome, or like the Browns with their offense. The Saints are just a pretty below average team, but they're balanced. They're always better at home. And honestly, outside of Bijan, the Falcons are just a mess. And now the defense has kind of turned back, not in a good way. I was really bullish on that defense, and it's not working out lately.
No, it's not working out at all. And this is the type of spot now where I'll eat my words. I said that I think the Falcons were actually a good team early in the season.
They trick you every year.
When they beat the Bills, it wasn't just the one game against the Bills, but it was like, oh, they finally got a pass rush. You know, they're finally figuring things out. And they have found ways to lose him. Now, I will say, if Penix did not leave that game, I think they beat the Panthers. I really do. But they were also up like 21-6 and found the way to squander it. So one way or another, it was another embarrassment for the Atlanta Falcons. I liked the Falcons last week. I told you the Falcons, Miles Westfield, you have to fade the Falcons when everyone else is on them and play them when everyone else is off of them.
This is honestly very legitimate logic. I honestly agree with that, and that does make me scary because everyone's abandoning the Falcons, so they probably look just ungodly good this week. But honestly, this is a personnel situation. They just don't have the weapons right now. I really don't see it with Atlanta this week. Saints were the team that stood out the most, but I do have a couple more for you.
I want to get your thoughts on a game real quickly, though, before we get to your other spots. What do you make of the Minnesota Vikings as 6.5-point dogs against the Packers this week? You know, we said all of these negative things about McCarthy and the offense, and Justin Jefferson is clearly disgruntled right now, but the Packers offense has not looked good either. Minnesota still has a quality defense. I mean, they only allowed 19 points last week, and once again, a walk-off field goal to win a game for the Bears for the 5th time this season, it feels like. You know, 6.5 points, divisional spot at Lambeau. Josh Jacobs could be out. A lot of banged up players in that offense for Green Bay, but yet a very solid defense. Is this too much of, even if the Packers don't produce on offense, the Vikings probably won't either?
Yes, but again, I will say the Vikings, we used to joke about this last year, but it does hold true. There's a handful of teams, the Falcons, the Vikings, the Chargers, that they seem to chameleon themselves and play to the level of competition. Like, I think the Vikings are going to hang in this game. I don't think it's going to be pretty.
Do I.
I don't think it's going to be pretty. I don't think it's going to be effective, but I think this is going to be the type of game that's going to be very close. If I had to make a play on it, I mean, I would probably wait and try to steal 7, but I would take the 6.5 if I was forced to in this spot with the Vikings. I mean, we just saw, I guess Carolina's better than people thought, but Carolina just went into Lambeau and won. There's no aura there right now, and the Packers have serious issues just like the Vikings.
They do. I had a feeling you would mention that, and I feel the same way. I also have to go back to the Lions here.
Yes.
Okay.
Me too.
It's a big number. It's outside of that key number of 10. It's a spot, though, where not just myself, but the both of us have had a lot of success this year. And look, I'm be the first person to tell you when there is lack of success. You know, look at the Falcons. But the Detroit Lions are the type of team that can come in and smack you around at home coming off of a loss. You know, they lost by 14 in the opening week to the Green Bay Packers. And then they came in and won by 31 at home against the divisional opponent in the Chicago Bears, right? They lost to Kansas City, and it was an embarrassing game. They beat the hell out of the Tampa Bay Bucks, Baker Mayfield's worst game of the season, 24-9. They lost to Minnesota with Detroit coming out of the bye, hosted the Washington Commanders the following week and beat them 44-22. There does happen to be a pattern with Dan Campbell coach teams and Jared Goff quarterback teams when they come back home after a bad loss. And make no mistake about it, dude, that was a bad loss last week. I also think they're pissed about that phantom defensive pass interference call.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. 3 losses this year, 3 wins, all by double digits in the following week, 2 by 20 plus.
Yep.
It's a real split. Some of that stuff, trends, I don't think are overly actionable. I do think this is actionable. Detroit going home, awful spot for the Giants. Just awful. You're just catching them at the wrong time. Yeah, I mean, I feel really good about them. This is an alt situation. This is a halftime, full-time. This is onslaught. I think there's a lot you can do with Detroit, but they seem really poised to just take out frustrations like they've done after every loss.
Dude, halftime, full-time might still be minus 300 in this game.
Yeah, probably.
Just because of, you know, you've mentioned that they keep their foot on the gas. What do you make of the Seahawks and the Titans? Because I thought about doing a little 3-team teaser because there are ways to do it. You could do a 7.3 team teaser. You get the Lions. That actually wouldn't work with the Lions because it'd be at 3.5. But I don't even want to tease the Lions down.
No, the Lions are. I would go to, like, not that I bet pleasers, but if there was a time, that would be the time. Like, move them to 16.5.
Yeah. Yep. Seahawks might just fully rout the Titans this week.
I don't know what to do with that. The Titans can't score. I don't like that spot, but the Titans just, unlike the Saints, to me, the Titans have a problem that's not going to be fixed. Them and the Browns, I know we got a lot of Shedeur Sanders fans in the chat. If you really like Shedeur, you should take advantage of that because you're going to get great prices on him doing anything.
Yep.
I won't be doing that, but more
You
power.
should also be hammering the Browns money line because if Shedeur is even halfway decent as some of you think he is, there's no reason to bet against that Browns defense.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't lose the Browns the game, they should win the game.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like the defense will always keep them in it.
Yeah. And they're playing, listen, it's not like they're playing Vegas, who's horrendous. So
do you have any other spots you like here? Chiefs are 3.5-point home favorites against the Colts. Steelers are 3-point road dogs. Mike Tomlin has had a lot of success in those type of spots. Seeing if there's anything else that stands out. Ravens 13.5-point favorites. I mean, Ravens, honestly, that could be another spot where I'm surprised it's only 13.5.
it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of points, but it should be. Listen, we've got a lot of time here, so I'm not gonna. You'll see these bets on Tails. Again, this is all free to follow. Go to tails.bet. Follow me and Lofty over there. So when we make these bets official, you get the line that we get, and then you press tail, and you're in on the sweat instantly. It's that simple. I do have a lean on Monday Night Football to the Niners. I know that Carolina has made real strides. Going out there, though, I think this is going to be a tough spot for Carolina to hold it down. Bryce Young he battled, he was hurt, he came back, blah, blah, blah. They're not the Falcons, I'll say that much.
Okay. So favorite bet right now of the week. And I know, like you said, we'll have a lot more up on Tails. I'll post a lot more today.
The Lions.
Yeah. I think it is, right? I mean, unless Jackson Dart pulls some magic out of his hat again, it seems unlikely, man. Anyway, appreciate you guys. You are the best. Another fun show. Long one, but, not actually all that bad when you consider we're throwing in the bonus action here.
No, listen, lots to get to. If you guys have questions for us, you know where to find us on here, on Tails, on Twitter. It's going to be a good week. I feel good about this week. It's a really fun slate, both for betting and for DFS.
Yeah, man. Come hit us up over on Tails. Download the app. Leave us a rating and a review if you love it. And remember, you can always find us back here. Plenty of shelf life. If you didn't catch it live after the fact over on the Stochastic YouTube channel, that's where to find us. As always, appreciate you guys. We'll see you back here soon. Ben and I can be found on Tails and over on Twitter at JazzRazBets and Lofty. Our handles are right there. We will catch you back here for the next one. Bye-bye.